What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Heroes of the Couch. I'm Matt with my constant co-host, Nikki Pell, aka Little Nicky, aka The Phenom, aka Mr. Everywhere, aka Red Lightning. How are
Wow.
we doing, Nick? How are we feeling?
Wow. I am glad you didn't spoil that for me at all. Hearing that just gave me a little shook. I don't know if I can do this right now.
You a little scared?
Yeah, I'm a little scared, but that's typical for me. But doing pretty well. Very excited to cover this topic.
Yeah, definitely.
Long
So
time.
we, yeah, we are a week or two behind, but I would love to get your overall thoughts, for starters, on how you felt kind of this series wrapped up, and maybe your overall thoughts about kind of, you know, the series in general, I guess.
Uh, from far away and like a general view, I'm happy with what happened. There are a lot of resurrections. There are a lot of redemptions. Might be a better word for that. Great action. It, like I think you've said this before. It's kind of like the grade of an actual movie you'd see in theaters put into a
Yeah.
TV show. Like that much effort and that much quality. And I loved it. I'd watch it again. I probably have already. And I'm happy. That's all I can
So
say.
if you were to give it a score out of 10,
Oh, Jesus.
as a TV show
As a TV show.
first,
Yeah,
what would
totally
we get?
different. No, nothing's getting a 10 nowadays.
Okay, so you're a harsh
And
critic. Okay.
I'm a harsh critic.
Yeah, yeah, for
And
sure.
you know that. You know my past. And I uh I don't think that it deserves a 9. So I'd say a
Below,
soft
oh my
I
God, below
I'd say a
9.
soft 8. I'd say a soft 8.
So it's like 8.3
I'd say 8.3,
as a TV
between
show.
8.3 and like a 7.9.
Okay, separate score now.
Hmm.
On the scale of as a Marvel property as compared to other Marvel movies. If you consider this as a 6-hour movie,
Okay.
what score would you give it?
You got to think it does have great lore. There's a lot
Okay.
of characters that are reintroduced, and I think a lot of Marvel fans like that because Marvel does that very well. So I'm not going to go any lower than what I just said. I think that would give it a little more credit as an MCU installation. I'd give it a hard 8, maybe a soft 9 on that.
Wow. Okay, so you think as compared to other TV shows, it doesn't stand up as well as compared to other Marvel properties.
I think so.
Interesting. Okay.
That's my
Um,
take on it. I'm sure you differ on that.
I'm not sure. I think in a way, this revolutionized what kind of people expect from a TV show. I think
Yeah, it really
because
set the bar high, didn't it?
yeah, no, for sure. I think if you put people in a movie theater and just played all the episodes back to back to back with all and removed all the credits at the end,
Hmm.
I mean, it flows like a movie. It's one big story that connects, and the action is movie esque, right? It's like think about that first scene in the entire series where they enlist the Falcon to save this pilot, and like that could have been one of the best action sequences we've seen from a Marvel
Yep.
movie entirely, not
Great
just any
shots,
property.
good direction, great choreography, great use of tech, and
Yeah.
Marvel loves that.
Um, so from an action standpoint, I thought it really hit hard.
Yeah.
Um, I felt like I didn't really enjoy or agree with some of the decisions they made on certain characters.
I agree with that.
But I mean, we'll get into that a little bit later, I guess. But overall, like still, like you said, a great series. We're like excited if they can do a second season, or
Yeah.
if maybe this leads into the next Captain America movie.
Hmm.
Um, Spoiler: Captain America is now Sam Wilson. Surprise.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, sorry, spoiling it for you. Um, but yeah, overall, great series. I think it's just like it wasn't perfect, and
Yeah.
that was very evident. I think.
Do you want to get into anything specific that you didn't love?
You want to start with the bad stuff and
I
build
said it
up and
was.
build up from there.
I mean, I'm all about the build.
Okay, let's do it. So I think for me personally, the most disappointing reveal slash heel turn was Sharon. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
like her.
interesting
I
to
didn't like
think
her
it.
character arc.
Hmm.
She felt it didn't like compared to when we saw her in Civil War, which I guess was the last time we really saw her.
Yeah.
Granted, it's been I guess like 5 to 7 years in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Uh huh. Of her
It's
on the
just
run.
of her on the run. and it just didn't feel like it was. It didn't fit her character from what we've seen. But and that may be because we didn't get any like additional backstory, which may be coming eventually, which would make this turn of her character more fulfilling, I think.
Close the
But
circle.
exactly, yeah. But right now, it doesn't hit for me at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused at it.
Yeah.
Very very shocked at what she did all throughout, and the fact that she was revealed as that power broker is.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me, man. And I don't know if that's because I was hoping for like a General Ross, Justin Hammer type reveal at the end there as the power broker, which would have been unreal, and I would have loved
Yeah,
that.
left
And
field.
crazy. Or if it was because I didn't see it fitting with her character.
I wonder if they're setting it up that she's going to be a more main character now, and she's going to make more appearances, and then maybe potentially get her own show
Yeah,
of what she did between Civil War and this show.
so, and also, I think if we think back, it's like, so she gives Carly, and Carly's like, I must call her friend group, but or her friends, the
Her
serum.
goons.
Then she helps. Then she basically like helps Sam and Bucky and Zemo find the Doctor, and they kill the Doctor. So in a way, she like sacrifices herself to try and get back the serum from Carly to get back Carly. I don't know if that made sense to me. Now that I'm looking back at it, and I don't know, man. It doesn't. I can't get behind it. I can't.
It's hard for me to accept it, but maybe you gotta rewatch it one more time, rewatch her main episodes with the fact that she is the power broker, and see if there's anything that changed or anything that you might notice in the background.
Yeah, I guess it's just there were so many options. I think, and maybe it's because of COVID. They or like they
They had to
change
change
the
something.
story, or I don't know what. But like I really was hoping for like a big reveal at the end there.
I think they did refilm a decent amount
You
toward
think
the end
so?
of this. I'm not sure if this or maybe another movie or show.
I mean, there is like the end scene with her. Her last scene in the series is her talking to someone on the phone. You know, like reporting basically that she can share U.S. secrets now. So maybe there is somebody working with her, helping her in some regard. But it's just tough to like see her as a bad person, an evil
Right.
character now.
Yeah,
Whereas
and she at the end she's allowed back in the States, right?
yeah.
So I think she'll be more relevant, and we'll see her around, I'm sure, and maybe we'll get some conclusions from it.
Yeah. That was disappointing. Also, R.I.P. Badrock, because he was my favorite,
Like,
my favorite, like, like fodder character, I guess. Like
Okay.
it was cool seeing him fight Steve Rogers in
Winter
a Winter
Soldier.
Soldier when he was like,
Yeah.
are you just your shield? And he says it in French, and Captain America like put his shields down,
Put it away,
takes his
yeah.
helmet off, and it's like a fair fist fight, and he kicks his ass.
Yeah.
And like, and then also now in this episode or this finale, we see him fight Sam, and then it's just like it's almost like maybe this is done on purpose, but it's almost like he is like one of the bars, the levels that like the next Captain America has to hit and surpass on his way to becoming like a better hero, a better person.
Yeah. History repeats itself.
And I feel like Batroc in general, spoilers, like I happen to be a Georges St. Pierre fan from way back when, so I like the actor / UFC fighter, great guy, great fighter. But he feels like a great character to have in your back pocket when you want to have like a small fight breakout or like a small tangent plot line breakout.
Yeah. Just to have him kind of just be erratic and cause something to happen to open up a movie.
It's almost like the way what I was hoping for is for him to like survive somehow, and I would relate it kind of in a way back to the Red Skull. In the first Captain America film, he like basically like we'll call it he disappears, right?
Yeah.
And
right.
and Marvel has him in their back pocket now for what would have been like almost I'm gonna say like 10 years before they pull him out again in Infinity War.
Yeah.
And when
they
that
took their
happens,
time with it, and
it's
it worked out.
perfect.
It's
And I don't know. I worry that Marvel is, I'll say, wasting their villains.
Yeah.
It'll become an issue eventually if they keep doing like, I don't know. Think about it
No,
like this. Like Black Panther, Killmonger was
I was
great.
just gonna
Was a
tie into
great
that.
villain,
I was just gonna tie into that.
um, which would have been perfect. And so I mean, I guess there are rumors that he's coming back in some capacity, but
Yeah.
like he gets technically killed at the end of Black Panther, and like again, character gone. You know, no more development for him, or back and forth with Black
Yeah.
Panther, or the like. I don't know. I can't get on board with that.
They didn't want to throw him in jail. They didn't want to have
Yeah,
him like run
exactly. It's
away at
like
the end of it.
um, I don't know. That's just me. So I can't get behind Sharon. I can't get behind Bad Rock dying. That hurt my soul. Um,
It was quick too, but he gave Sam a run for his money at the beginning of that episode,
yeah, yeah,
and I was excited to see where that was going to end up, and it was just so sudden.
yeah. So I think they basically had Sam like prioritize the senators and saving the civilians
Yeah, right.
instead of
As
the
he
fight,
should, as Captain
which makes
America.
sense. It's just
Yeah,
like I don't know. It's kind of cool, but we can like look at the two fight scenes between Steve and Bad Rock, and then Sam and Bad Rock, kind of compare and contrast the fighting styles, and like the mindset and the characters in general. But okay,
Mhm.
so let me ask you a question,
Sure, sure.
and you can be honest. In
I
fact, I
better
encourage it. Please,
no other option.
did you like Carly as a character?
Her motives seem to go back and forth, and I know she's obviously young, but it seemed like she was handling things as a kid where she was taking things personally, and she didn't see the bad side of what she was doing, and clearly I'm going to be thinking that way because I'm rooting for the good guys here, right? My own version of the good guys.
Yeah,
But the ending of how it went, how they used the app to catch her guys, her goons, and to have her shot and killed is another kind of maybe wasted villain. I don't know what her potential was.
yeah,
Obviously, she has her version of the serum. She's very powerful. She had great fight scenes throughout the whole entire show,
yeah. That's true.
but it was quick, similar to Batroc.
So I definitely think, in one regard, it would be an issue for Marvel to have multiple like super serumed soldiers. Yeah, super serum soldiers in the universe out and
Triple
about.
X. Yep,
Like,
just Rogue doing their
just
thing.
rogue. Yeah, because it takes away from what Steve Rogers was, even post even like at like post his death.
Yeah.
So I can understand them killing them all, but it felt like to me they were trying to make Carly kind of like not like a black and white character in some regards. Like, she's lost her home, she's trying to protect her family, and like those notes didn't hit for me, like almost at all.
Yeah.
It felt more like she was whining, and she went from like whining and like kind of like protecting her family
To
to
doing
like
mass
full
murder.
on extremist, like I don't know. And that seems sudden to me. I don't know what everyone else felt online, or you guys can comment as well and let us know. But yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And which is kind of surprising, I guess, because like she's a great actress, excuse me. She was in Star Wars. She did a number of things. Like, she's a great
Yeah.
actress. It's just like I don't think the story, like the writing, or maybe even like the story in general for that character was enough for me.
I can agree
Um,
with that.
yeah, like we're crapping on the series here, but like
We are.
again, it was a great series.
Yeah, we're tough grades.
So let's climb the ladder here.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about next? That is both. Okay, actually, you know what? John Walker is perfect because he.
I was just about to say, we talked about a little bit of Sam and Batroc fighting. Let's see the other side of the episode, what was going on.
Yeah, so I think in a lot of ways, John Walker had a similar reaction online, and the fandom was kind of split on him as well, but for different reasons.
Poor guy.
Because people actually hated the portrayal of this like new Captain America, basically, and
Yeah,
not in the way
actress
and not in the
known
way that
and-
like the actor was doing a disservice to the character, but like they just like fundamentally disagreed with like the character. Like they didn't like John Walker as a character, fundamentally. It wasn't his
Yeah.
acting. Like it was so wonderfully written, I think, throughout the entire series. Maybe the end was a little surprising, but like overall, I thought he was fantastic in his role, and I thought his story arc like hit hard too.
Yeah, and right from the beginning, for the end of the first episode, right from there, it was not his acting or anything like that. It was literally like, oh, some other Captain America, like, yeah, let's just hit on this guy.
Yeah, people are pissed.
Yeah, and
Um,
I think that's great that Marvel did that.
yeah, and uh, I think this episode kind of showed that he's not. Well, we kind of know he's not black and white, right? But um, he takes strides this episode to kind of show that he's a better person than we originally thought.
Yes.
In the way that he kind of like he has that scene with Carly where he's like trying to get her and like get his revenge,
Hmm.
and he
Hmm.
ultimately decides to forego that to try and save the senators from that falling truck, which is cool to see. I was a little surprised, but like in a good way. I think like it's cool to see. Like, of course, we as an audience are comparing him to Steve Rogers, but
Yes.
in the grand scheme of things, he's still a fantastic human being. Like he's still eminently qualified to be some capacity of like a hero. Like he has medals. He saved lives. Like our perspective is skewed, I think, in a lot of ways, in the way we view him. So it was
Yeah.
cool to see him get like his like kind of redemption, sort of. He couldn't really pull it
Yeah.
off, but
And to have him trying to save that truck, only to have Sam come in and actually be able to successfully do it, I think that's like a very good humbling for him moving
yeah,
forward.
for sure.
Kind of put him in the right mindset and become the U.S. agent.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool too, and I'm sure he'll be around in the next kind of series or seasons or whatnot. Um, I'm hoping he becomes U.S. agent, but specifically for Thunderbolts.
Hmm.
Um, Almost like the Marvel's kind of Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like seriously, fingers crossed for that. That'd be sick.
yeah,
Um, well, we'll see what happens.
yeah. I mean, there's gonna be some time before that. Gotta get some characters together, break Zemo out. I'm sure.
Yeah. Um, so we should, of course, talk about the star of the show. That being, the new and improved, well, the new Captain America,
Yes.
um, with his new Wakandan Falcon / Captain America suit.
Let me ask you a question on this.
Hit me.
Do you think that those Melange Warriors had that suit ready for him? Because that was a quick turnaround. I know they're having.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
Because we do see a scene in the previous episode or two episodes ago where Bucky's like, "I need a favor."
Okay.
And I'm not sure there's a way. Like, I guess like there is a way for Marvel to set it up where it was previously built for them, but I don't think so. I think although this as simply put like, oh, Bucky asked them to help him, with a favor, and that was it.
I was
Uh,
thinking it was more of the lines of his favor was get Zemo out of here.
oh, you think so?
Because I think that was right. That was at the end of the episode or a couple scenes before he went to Sokovia.
So I think that the favor was, and I mean it's been a week, right? But the favor was right after they captured Zemo, right?
Okay. Maybe, yeah, I could have the timeline wrong there.
Um,
When he's saying bye,
yeah, I'm gonna take him to the raft, and I think he's like, oh, I have one more favor to ask.
yeah. It's kind of like, oh, like I helped you guys get this prisoner that you've been looking for, right?
Yeah.
Now I need a favor. So I guess
And
that does.
so we could talk about Zemo for a second here too. We see him, for a split second at the very end of the movie, end of the series, right after the like hit. I'm gonna call him Butler. Basically his butler like helps organize and assassinates the remainder of Carly's group, and all we see is him in his cell, nice and comfy, listening to the radio, the news, what have you, and he hears about it, and he just smirks, and it's like this man, like he gets it, he gets the world, he knows how to play it,
Yep.
too smart, too resourceful, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it's nice how they showed him at the end there.
Yeah. So, as you rightly said,
Mhm.
when John Walker fails to save the senators in the truck,
Yeah.
Sam shows up and is able to do it with his new and improved suit and his willpower, um, and kind of proves in his own way that he is prepared and you know um, worthy, I guess is a good word, to be Captain America. And it was kind of cool seeing that kind of develop really over the last like 2.5 episodes, I think. Not just like all of a sudden, and not just because of his speech at the end, where he's talking about doing the right thing and making the effort and seeing both sides of the coin and being like, and like understanding the perspective of them, of
And
Carly and
closing,
her group.
yeah, closing that the conflict that they were having.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think a lot of it, like the way he was speaking, is more like, um, these senators are in their like ivory towers in a sense, making decisions, um,
For the people on the streets.
right, without even consulting them or talking to them, and it's just like, and it's a good point. It's a great speech. Um, my favorite part was when he sort of talks about the pressure he was feeling, and being an African American man as Captain America, whether he should be taking up the mantle or not, what his role is like, what his responsibilities are, and kind of like gives a little bit of a nod to John Walker as well, because like John Walker had felt the same pressure to be Captain America, and obviously like it crushed him to a certain extent. Um, so that was cool to see. Yeah, I thought like Sam Wilson in this series like solidified himself as Captain America. Did a great
Yep.
job. Like from a plot standpoint, I thought the acting was phenomenal. Um, yeah, very impressed with the writing for Sam, and I think Bucky too overall.
And I wonder if you're going to see power, I guess, shifts in upcoming installments of MCU stuff,
What do you mean?
or like he has that big speech at the end, right? And
Sure.
obviously, post blip, that's a big controversy with politics and everyone involved that with the GRC. I wonder if we're going to see any more of that, or that's maybe they're going to call it like not interesting enough. I'm interested to see if they're going to
Yeah.
cover it in future things of Earth based action.
Earth-based action. That sounds fun.
That's it.
Um, yeah, no, it's a good point. I mean, I think what's cool about this, like, what's cool about Marvel's like TV slash Disney Plus kind of like path,
Mhm.
is it lets them flesh out some of the more minor characters and build a more like complete universe, which was already fantastic in its own right.
Yep, just fill in the gaps.
Exactly, and like I'm hoping they continue to do this. I'm hoping for a season two, which would be pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know what they would do. I guess there was always like Sharon and her like maybe her role was the big bad.
Yeah.
Um, I mean that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they'll do a movie for Captain America and give like Sam Wilson the spotlight entirely, or will there be a second season to this? I've seen rumors of both. It isn't confirmed yet.
Just based on my prediction, I think that they would do a movie
You
out
think
of it.
so?
Like kind of similar to Civil War where they bring in a bunch of big names.
Okay,
Just
that's
because
kind of
there's so
cool.
many characters. What's that?
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, and Earth-based action, I'm sure, for the most part.
Sure.
Um, but obviously, like Bucky's gonna make the cut. I bet Sharon's gonna make the cut. It would be a really cool way to introduce Thunderbolts because all those characters are relevant to each other, and I'm sure that Zemo is always going to be on Bucky's watch.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that actually, because if you think back to Bucky's journal,
Yeah, he's kind of clear
like
of it.
he's like kind of like I feel like that was pretty powerful for Bucky and for Zemo. It's like Zemo, like in a way, it's like him putting his trust as like a like semi super serumed individual that he trusts Bucky to do the right thing and not become an extremist or ideologist in a certain extent, you know.
Yep.
Um, but I agree with you. I think that there's a ton of potential for Captain America 4 or season 2. Um,
Yeah, I
but
could see
it'll
it.
be a shame there'll be no Bad Rock. I'll tell you that much.
There's a big loss right there.
Um, I will say, as a final point on the Bucky stuff, I was a little disappointed in two points. The first one being I was disappointed at the scene with the Asian man who Bucky had killed his son
Yeah.
was super short. Like they didn't even give us a reaction really.
I wonder if that was heavily edited and they just cut it short for
I
time.
I would have loved to have seen like the whole interaction.
Yeah.
Like
At a bare minimum, I'm
yeah,
glad.
it just felt like a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, but
Um,
at a bare minimum, I'm glad that they saw Bucky went to that restaurant and he saw the man not having a great time, but having like a good conversation with the waitress from
yeah.
the episode.
Oh, and the second point, which I think is kind of cool if you're not like prepared for it, is this may be the first time in this episode where Bucky is referred to as a hero.
Yeah,
What do
he's
you
getting
think?
some light shine on him. Like we see Sam being recognized all over when he was trying to get the loan, and obviously he's now Captain America in the flashy new armor, and you never really see Bucky ever being praised, and especially because he was the bad guy for one of
Well,
the movies.
even if we think about the previous movies he was in, right? Let's say Civil War, he was
Blamed.
basically like on the run. He just killed, King T'Challa. I think his name was right. And then he was back in Infinity War, and he was fighting with aliens. Basically, like no one was there to like record him being a hero.
Yeah,
Um, I think that's it. Maybe I guess you consider like also like Endgame, but still same thing. No one was there to really like see the whole thing.
yeah. The only time that he's been in the public eye is that he's framed for killing
Yeah,
the King T'Challa or King T'Chaka,
to check. I one of the two.
not T'Challa, but yeah, it's kind of nice to get him in the spotlight.
Yeah, so I thought it was really cool for him to like actually be seen as a hero and like succeed and also in a way he also saved John Walker in that one fight, which was cool. Um, I don't know. I mean, like again, great series. There were some things that didn't hit for me, but
Mhm.
overall, like you said, like basically a 9 out of 10 series. Action was phenomenal. The Sam, Bucky, Zemo stuff was fantastic. The
I
Sharon,
truly feel like everything happens for a reason. They made these decisions knowing that they have future solutions. I have faith in them.
you have faith.
I have faith.
Do you
For
have faith in? Okay, I'll take that as it. That's fair. Okay. Um. Yeah. So I guess my final question for you would be, if there is a second or a fourth Captain America movie or a second season of this, what do you call it? Do you call it Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or do you call it Captain America and the White Wolf? What do you like better?
It's a hard. It's people have been accepting White Wolf, but he's known as the Winter Soldier. But at the end of this episode, you see him cross out all the names. It's like he's really getting rid of the Winter Soldier name, and like we were just talking about, he's kind of getting that fame in the spotlight.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think that it's gonna be? Do you think that that's him relinquishing the Winter Soldier moniker, or is it him taking control of it?
I think it's him taking control of it. I don't think he's afraid of it. I don't think he's trying to get rid of it at all.
Okay. So you're leaning towards Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
hard. I don't see White Wolf sticking unless they do like a big thing that it's like I'm White Wolf, or I don't know. It seems kind of corny to like change your name. You know what I mean?
Okay. I have one question for you, off topic,
Bring it on.
but given that I think today or this weekend we saw the release of Marvel's kind of Phase 4 slate of movies.
Beautifully.
Very, very
edited.
well done. I highly recommend checking them out if you're a fan.
Yep.
It's all over YouTube. It's all over any Reddit online community you can check out. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
But they announced a film called Wakanda Forever, and so I wanted to see if you think that Bucky would make an appearance in the next like
I
Wakanda
can
Forever / Black Panther film.
I can see Bucky as this guy that kind of pops in, pops out of different series and different movies, while obviously having a main role with Sam. I mean, the two of them are best friends at this point. So
Oh,
I could definitely see him being in Wakanda. I could see him just being called to help out, and I can see Zemo having a role in that as well.
okay. That's a good take. I like that. I can get
They're
on board
all
with that.
relevant to each other. I think that they all mesh well, and I'll be excited to see it if it comes to fruition.
Okay. No, I can get behind that. I think obviously there's a lot of flexibility, but also it gets a little bit challenging given the last year. Um, but that's a different topic for different movie, different video for us to do at some point in the future.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys will tune in for that as well at some point. Um, yeah, that's it from us. I mean, Nikki,
Yeah.
you wanna send us off here?
Yeah, please check us out. Obviously, you have our YouTube, you have our Anchor,
Woohoo!
which puts us on some Spotify. I believe that puts us on Apple Podcast, as well
I think
as
so.
maybe another podcast website. What was that
We're all
one?
over the place, baby. We're everywhere.
You'll see us.
We're around.
We're in Times Square. We're on those big screens.
Anytime you need us, we'll be around.
Yeah, you know who to call.
Yeah, Ghostbusters, baby.
It's not Ghostbusters.
It's Heroes of the Couch on
Heroes of the
Spotify,
Couch. We're
on
gonna be
YouTube.
on the couch.
Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a subscribe.
If you
Anything
guys
you
want to
like.
hear something, let us know.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
make it happen.
Yes, sir.
We'll save
And
you.
that is it from us at Heroes of the Couch. Hope you enjoyed. As always, take care. I don't know.
Good night.
Good
morning.
night.
Good evening.
Good morning. Good evening.
Afternoon.
Good morning,
Sweet.
Vietnam. You know.
Good morning, LA.
All right. See you guys.